Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, NXT Morning After for New Year's Evil. It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
Wakey, eggs and bakey. It's your boy Chuck Jordan.
What if they don't want the bakey though? What if they want like something else, man? They don't like the meat.
Eggs and pancakes. I don't know.
Pancakes? Waffles?
Gluten free.
And if you
and with the bakey, understand where there's turkey bakey.
There's beef bakey.
There's beef bakey.
Mm.
There's a swine bakey. If you
There's also coconut bacon. I don't know if y'all know about that.
And I was gonna say there is a vegan bakey.
Hey,
man,
I'm telling you,
they have a vegan bakey. I'm
telling
not into it, but if that's how you float your boat, hey,
that vegan
they
bacon.
got vegan eggs too. So
that vegan bacon slaps. Don't sleep on it. I was surprised myself. I was like, wait, this don't even taste like coconut. I don't know what they did. It was fantastic.
So once again, wakey, eggs
too
and bacon.
Expensive. Too expensive. I'm not gonna spend that much. Give me the pork bacon. I'll be good.
All right.
But now I'm hungry. Dang it. Now to start.
Tell you what, I won't be getting is no damn coconut bacon.
No.
Now NXT started off tonight with introducing the newest member of the broadcast team, the returning Corey Graves to NXT, which makes me wonder, are they planting the seed for something later on down the line? Because I heard Corey Graves was back in training. Does that mean that he comes back to NXT and kicks back his wrestling career? What y'all think? That's a possibility?
Never say never is what Cena told me yesterday. So never say never.
Yeah, well, was it Monday? That was Monday. It wasn't yesterday. Day before yesterday. But Cena says it every day, so he might have said it yesterday.
It's the morning after. I just woke up.
But the what do you think, Abe? You think it's a possibility? We see Corey Graves in the ring again? I think he nodded. I don't know.
He said 1 minute.
But the NXT adding him back to the broadcast team, I like his addition. I always enjoyed Corey Graves being on the NXT broadcast team. Back when it was him and Todd Phillips, and he brings ring knowledge and other stuff as well, and a personality. And I think it blends perfectly with Booker's over the top personality.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. But speaking of Booker and his over-the-top personality, his protege, he had the first match of the night. It was Julia versus Roxanne Perez for the women's NXT championship, and Julia controlled the pace at the first half of the match until Roxanne started working on Julia's arm. Throughout the entire commercial break, they did the picture-in-picture. You saw her working on her arm, but Julia and Roxanne were both laid out at one point at the outside of the ring, and Cora Jade tried to throw Roxanne back in so she can win by count out, but Julia got back in. Cora Jade got thrown out. Julia hits Roxanne after she kicked out of the Pop Rocks, which was surprising. Nobody ever does that. But then she hits her with the Northern Light bomb. I think she hit her with a couple of them. And
two of them,
Julia is now your new NXT Women's
Don't you say that out loud.
Champion.
Stop it, Ron. I'm not ready.
I'll go with you first, Chuck.
Oh man. I wasn't ready for it. Like, I literally was sitting there just looking at the phone like, no. Like, what is this? All the women are switching titles in WWE? Like,
that's what it looked like.
Jeez.
The tag champs are next. I don't know. I'm afraid.
No, I still need Jay to come back and retain or something. I don't know, man. I thought the match was amazing. I just didn't like the ending because, I like Julia. Don't get me wrong. I know people gonna hate on me, but I wanted Roxanne to hold the title just a wee little longer. But I'm happy she won. But I'm a huge fan of Roxanne Perez.
I knew you was gonna be hurt.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I did. I
Like,
enjoyed
understand
Roxanne.
she's my 3-time. Was it 4?
Good
She's
morning,
3 or
Chrissy
4
Cat.
time
Shout out
Chuck's
Chrissy.
Angels. Hi,
Shout out
Chrissy.
Christy. Shout out Spike Cannon. And shout out Sports for You Wrestling. We was there last night. It was special.
Oh man, I want to go
Dope.
to an NXT show,
Dope.
man.
Dope.
That
We gotta
energy,
go. We gotta go. But yeah,
that energy is ridiculous.
Roxanne has been Chuck's Angel so many times. I voted for her for Woman of the Year. It hurt, but I'm like I said, I'm a huge fan of Julia, so it's not like I'm mad about her winning. I just wanted Roxanne to hold it just a wee bit longer. But like Ron said before we started, I guess they was like, "Hey, new year, new champs, let's go."
Yeah, I really really enjoy Roxanne Perez's title run, but everything great has to end at some point. Abe, what did you think?
I going into it, I was thinking, no way she gives it to Julia. Julia's not ready. But within the match, she won me over. And I was like, you know what? Go ahead, give it to her, man. And then seeing what play it out later on in the evening with the other title picture, I was like, I'm for this. Let's do this. Julia, new champion. But I do hope that this means that she's ushered into the main roster now. And I pray they do my Roxanne Perez right, man.
I feel like they need to do to Roxanne what they did to Alexa Bliss when they brought her up. It might be a new era and stuff, but Alexa Bliss came right up, fit right into the main roster picture, became the women's champion within like the first month or something like that. They need to treat her the same way. Sports for You Wrestling Podcast says Sean kicking the night off with that match set the atmosphere for what's going to be the new NXT landscape. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
So yeah, shout out to Julia. Well deserved. After you seen the match, I feel like they needed to put the title on her because she needs to have matches that mean something. No more throwaway matches for Julia. Every match needs to feel like a big fight feel for her, because they're going to build up to, as we'll see later on tonight. I think they're building up to something special for either the WrestleMania weekend or maybe even a little bit after, around maybe SummerSlam. So I'm looking forward to it.
No, I will say, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like certain moves, like when we was talking about Roxanne's pop rocks, nobody ever kicked out. I think certain moves should be a little more protected. And even if she was like not necessarily kick out, but I would have rather seen like the foot on the ropes, like that, like that last second, like like she technically didn't kick out. She was smart enough to realize where she was in the ring.
Yeah,
and then, but I was like, I wasn't mad about the kicking out of the pop rocks, but I was like, we've never seen it, and I just feel like certain moves it should be like I barely escaped out of it, and not like I got out of it, like foot on the rope.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. I wish they did that a lot more with certain moves where nobody kicked out before. Keep it like Undertaker.
Protect the finish.
Yeah, protect the finish. Nobody has ever kicked out of the Tombstone. So
Didn't
just
Sean
having
kick
somebody.
out of Hell in a Cell?
I don't think he did. Did he?
Thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong.
He did, but it's just like it's rare though. It's like very rare. I don't want this to be a thing. People kicking out of finishers. Have somebody near the ropes and grab it like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like near the ropes with the foot. Because I forgot what move it was, but I remember somebody got hit with the move, and for a while no one ever kicked out of it. But then like they were saying the guy got out of it, but it was like no, he put his foot on the ropes because he was like 1, 2.
Yeah,
I got the foot like barely got to it, but I'm on there. So the ref was like he had to stop, and then the champ's looking like, wait a minute, what? Like nobody ever kicks out, but he was like he didn't kick. He got his foot on the rope, which is completely different. It's kicking out mean I got enough energy to get out of this.
Absolutely.
Put the foot on the rope. It's like I'm out of it. I'm dazed, but you didn't hook the leg, so I'm able to extend it out here and try to get it up. But yeah, it was a good match, great match. I thought it was a good kickoff.
Shout out real quick, JV Flores 7 on TikTok. He says he's a casual NXT fan, mostly watches the main roster and indies. Who y'all think could be a great addition from other promotion to the NXT brand. That's from JV Flores 7 on TikTok. What you think? Who could
Well,
benefit coming to NXT?
Well, we know two people that are definitely coming to NXT after their contract expires from TNA, which is Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. For sure, they're coming to WWE and they're
No,
going to NXT. But as far as like the indies, I think they probably scoped that out already because they got them in that ID program. So anybody in that ID program is definitely somebody that could definitely fit right in with NXT.
Definitely. My pick would be Ricky Starks, hands down. When Ricky
Yep,
comes,
absolutely. He
whenever
needs to
he
go to
I
NXT.
think
Exactly.
and Chrissy says Mina Shirakawa. She got to
Yeah,
clean it
she
up though.
would.
She got to clean it up, Chrissy. You know what I'm talking about. Her internet
Yeah, she
stuff.
do. Yeah.
Clean it up. This is
And
different.
yeah, WWE
This
don't do
is
that
different.
So
Coca-Cola labels.
stuff.
my two picks technically are over as they are, but I would love to see them in NXT to help some of the NXT roster itself. If that makes any sense. So it's like they don't need to go to NXT. I think NXT would benefit from having them.
There,
And it would be for me, it would be Willow
Oh
and
yeah,
Orange, the guy who does the little kicking
Orange
thing.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Orange
I,
Cassidy.
I think
Definitely.
NXT
Those are
would
good
really
picks.
learn from
Those
them
are real
guys.
good picks. I'm shocked at you, Chuck. Those are good picks, man. Yeah.
I would love to see Willow in NXT, but that's for personal
Yeah.
reasons. But they need to. At least Spike Cannon says they don't protect finishing moves anymore. Finishing moves and more. What's the point of having them? I agree.
Yeah.
They definitely need to protect them. But somebody that didn't need to be protected was Eddie Thorpe. As the next backstage segment shows him laid out on the stairs because somebody attacked him. We all know who it was, and it was confirmed later on in the night. When I'll just skip ahead to this point, the Oba Femi admits to Ava that he was the one that attacked Eddie and got him out of the way for smashing that trophy over his head last week. So now he's out of the way, and it's a one-on-one match as far as he's concerned between him and Trick Williams. What happens later
As
on
it should have
in
been.
the main event. Now,
As it should have been.
As it should have been. Yeah, Eddie Thorpe just be getting in the way, be meddling all the time. But
Hey,
the very
he fought
next
himself
match,
to get in the match, and then he actually got beat up to get out the match.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfectly fitting. I don't know. I like as annoying as he is, nobody thought about Eddie Thorpe before this. So this is good for him. That's just the way I look at it. Nobody was thinking about Eddie Thorpe. He was the afterthought, but just the fact that he's like a pest now, at least you feel something, right?
Right.
And that's the point in professional wrestling. You want to make people feel something about you. And if they feel nothing about you, it's a bad look.
Couldn't have said it better.
I was gonna say after you said that, he needs to go work one-on-one with the Miz and really learn how to execute it perfectly.
Yeah,
though,
I agree.
Because the Miz is a perfect pest.
Yeah, I like the Miz, man. Future Hall of Famer, definitely.
One quick second, DJ Juggalo, we getting there. I see your question. I want to answer. We getting there.
Okay.
All right.
So Stephanie Vakir versus Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice versus Cora J for a 4-way match. And the winner of this match is the number one contender to the Women's North American Championship. And the funny thing to me is the match started off with all three women jumping Cora J.
Oh yeah, 3-on-1.
Yep. So then they did this other crazy spot where they were doing like a sleeper hold, and everybody was like a sleeper hold train type deal. And then Stephanie Vakir turned around and turned it all into like a jawbreaker. But excellent match. I agree. I enjoyed this match. I thought there were a lot of good spots. I thought they all had good chemistry. But the winner of this match, who pinned Kalani Jordan and now the number one contender for the North American Women's North American Championship, is Stephanie Vakir, which I thought was the right choice. Abe, what did you think of this match?
Oh yeah. The matches are cold, man. I say it every single week. This is the deepest women's division of all time, man. There's so many layers because you could just talk about the NXT North American title picture. You could talk about tag team division. I think they actually are developing a tag team division down there without the belts.
Yeah.
Who was that a while back that was saying that was a horrible idea to unify them?
Yeah, both me and Chuck said it was a bad
I
idea.
said they need to have
Yeah,
their own belts down there. Their own
but
tag team
definitely,
belts.
this match just showed me the levels of how many stories they could tell if they didn't
Mhm.
have to do so many multi wrestler type matches. You know what I mean? If everybody could have their moment and their story, like their own show almost. I'm getting to the
Mhm.
point where it's like
The women need
we
their
might
own
do
show.
a women's NXT show. You know what? Hashtag, let's clip it. Let's start it. Hashtags women's NXT, man. Let's make it happen.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
they
lie. If
they
you,
need
you
to do
take a women
another.
NXT, let Shawn Michaels cook, and grab the women from the main roster, just a whole woman's show, and let Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels cook, it'd be great.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that, man, 100%. Because they could have because that I remember that Evolution
We
pay
need
per
another
view.
evolution. That's what we need.
The Evolution PLE was like perfect, and then they only did it 1 year. I'm like, why? So y'all just pandered? Y'all just pandered for that 1 year, and then they should have had another one. That should have been every year. There should have been an Evolution
We need another one.
PLE, and it's definitely time for another one.
And
One thing I did want to say about this matchup that I did like was Kalani Jordan's new attitude, and that they're
ooh,
playing into it,
yeah.
and it makes sense. She's been looked at as, because everybody kind of looked at her as the sweetheart and the little sister in the whole locker room, and she's tired of it. And the new attitude, I'm really liking this new attitude with Kalani Jordan.
Shout out DJ Juggalo. He says he watches NXT specifically for the women, but most specifically for Ava Johnson. Wow.
Yeah, Ava's
Wow.
been doing pretty good. I'm glad that they pulled her away from in ring
Yeah.
because she wasn't ready there yet. She wasn't ready yet. What she needed to work on was her in being comfortable in front of the camera, her talking. You can always work on your in-ring skills behind the scenes, but the most
Yeah.
important thing is having a personality. And she was trying to work on both at the same time. And I think that she's definitely blossomed as a personality to where whenever it's time or if ever she chooses to get back in the ring, then she'll be perfect for that. Spike Cannon says a all women pay per view. I agree. That's Evolution. They need to do a Evolution 2. So I hope y'all watching this. Y'all need to go ahead and take care of it. Put it in the hashtags in the comments. Let's get a movement going.
Yo, one question. Regular Joe on TikTok, he asked about our cameras. How we doing it? StreamYard, and then projecting a YouTube to TikTok to do that separately. But yeah, that's how, man. DM me, man. I'll show you how to do it. But my bad. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this is a great platform to use for multiple different platforms and do it at the same time. I think it's dope, and it's pretty easy to use once you learn how to use it.
Yeah, definitely.
The very next match, speaking of the women, though, this was another one. We were talking about tag teams, Fatal Influence versus Tatum, Paxley, Shotzi, and Gigi Dolan, and this was another excellent match. They all had good chemistry. They all had really good spots. No botch by Shotzi this time. Last time her foot caught the ropes and she when she was diving out the ring. Botsy Shotzi. But I would definitely say I got a few takeaways at this match. Now Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum wins the match because Shotzi pins the North American Women's Champion Fallon Henley, and because she got the pin, stuff happened later on. But the takeaway that I got from this is that Tatum Paxley is title ready for something, or at least to be in the picture. She could stand on her own. She was the standout in this match with Tatum Paxley, and every week she shows you that she should be in the main title or at least the North American title picture. Gigi, no, I'll get to Gigi, but Shotzi is back. Shotzi's back from the injury. She's doing her high flying moves again. She looks good. Fatal Influence looks like a unit. They're believable as a unit. My only takeaway, slightly negative takeaway, is for Gigi Dolan. And with Gigi Dolan, you can see the ring rust right now. She has to work on her cardio endurance because she got tired at some point in the match. and she has to work on her selling. Now, executing the moves, she does a really great job of that. But like I said, cardio endurance, and she has to work on selling the moves a little bit better. But other than that, this was a really good match. Chuck, what did you think of this match?
In wrestling terms, she got blown up. Um, I actually felt like this might be bad to say, but I felt Tatum carried the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, she's carrying this match, and I was like, I know they got her playing with dolls and stuff, but I was like, man, she's ready.
Definitely.
She's ready for the next level. She's ready to come out the dollhouse and put a title around her waist.
Hey, what did you think? What's your takeaway?
Yeah, I felt the same thing. I felt like Tatum was seriously carrying it, man. It's so funny because we all started really heavily watching NXT, maybe what about a year or so ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not a Tatum fan. So to see her growth to where she is, to where it's like last night, I'm sitting here like, am I talking about putting a title on Tatum? What
Yeah.
was going on? How did we get here? But we here. So Tatum, yeah, much respect.
You can see a lot of times too with when people are learning or they're really not 100% sure at themselves, especially when it comes to like the running moves to the turnbuckle. It seems like they always slow down just a little bit right before they hit the move, and it doesn't look that much effective. It looks like Tatum was hitting it at full speed. Nobody's getting hurt. She obviously is 100% confident in what she's doing, and she shows it in the ring. So shout out to Tatum Paxley. I hope to see her in one of the title pictures really soon.
For her,
Definitely.
for me, I can't speak for you guys, but for me, with her, it was the same thing I had with Wendy when it first started. When we first started watching, they looked good in the ring, but their characters was like, eh. Like I said, even with Tatum, like get her out the dollhouse. Leave that alone. Like let's focus on her being a legit champ now. Like no more dolls. Get her out the dollhouse. Let her. If you are going around with the dollhouse, make it make sense. Like because right now I don't.
But I think that was the reason why they brought Shotzi down. And that's why they put her with Gigi and Tatum as well, just to help that whole process. Because Shotzi, when she first came in, she understood who she was, basically. And she's always been the same throughout this entire time. And that character has worked for her. And I think this just the knowledge of character work in like a little dark realm character work. I think Shotzi would do a really good job with helping them along with that.
Man, we getting a little backlog of questions to everybody. We can't
Okay.
get to everybody. I'm just gonna run through a couple real quick.
Okay.
Run through.
Sports for you wrestling says glad Shotzi is back, but Tatum killed definitely. She should have pinned Fallon instead of Shotzi. Facts.
Agreed.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree with
Tatum
that
should
too.
have.
Spike was saying rebrand them. Okay. All right. And on TikTok, we got DJ Juggalo says, Chuck, can you sneak me into first class? LOL. And then he says, Pure Fusion Collection needs a new name. And then he says, Abe, Icon, and Chuck, if I was a wrestler, my theme would be G Unit, my buddy. That is a damn good song to pick for a theme. But Pure Fusion Collection, what do you guys think about that?
Definitely need that. I mean, at this point, it's too late.
Yeah, we already said it.
It's too late.
AFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, it don't matter what it is. I don't want it.
Like the concept, I get where they were going for, but they should have ran it through some more people so they can tell them, nah, that's not gonna work. Y'all need to come up with something else.
And last but not least, our little sister, Minx Mayhem, who brings the mayhem, who says, if you're not weird, you don't get it. Boo Chuck. Shout out Minx Mayhem on Instagram. But next up.
All right, next up, we had a backstage segment where Ethan Page and Ava were talking, and then The Rock came in, and they had a little father-daughter moment. He gave props to Ethan Page and told him, "Hey, be nice to my daughter, basically, or we're gonna have some problems." That's the paraphrase, and the father in me was like, "Yes, I feel that." But what did y'all think of this little moment? I thought it was pretty cool. She was telling The Rock, "Go out there and feel the crowd," and you'll know what to say. But I like this little moment. Abe.
I'm gonna just say I didn't like it. I think it's the same problem I had with yesterday, but I know they playing me. I just don't like this rock friendly. I wanted the final boss. I wanted the guy who whooped Cody in the back with his blood and called out Mama Rose. I want that guy back, man. I don't know who the hell this is, so no, I did not enjoy it, but I understand what they were going for. Chuck.
So I watched Busted Open the other day, and Bubba was saying right now we're getting Ambassador Rock. This isn't the final boss Rock. This isn't the Rock that Wrestling Rock. Wrestling Rock came back at with the 1, 2, 3 slice the throat. Right now we're getting Ambassador Rock because he was like, because Bubba was saying at the end of the day, yes, he's a wrestler, but he's also head of TKO. So we also got it's the final boss, but it's also the Rock as far as Dwayne Johnson Rock, and then there's the Rock final boss. Right now we're getting Dwayne Johnson Rock, which is the ambassador of. But let's promote TKO. Let's promote this. Everyone loves me, and I love everyone. Like no, we want the final boss back, but right now it's the same thing as I don't know if you guys remember Corporate Kane. Corporate Kane came out and followed the rules, but then when he put the mask on, and then he was Kane. So it was like I don't like it. I didn't like it either. I'm agreeing with Abe. I didn't like it, but that it made sense when Bubba said it. It was like he's the ambassador, but he's also the final boss. So it's like right now we're getting the ambassador because he's the head of TKO. He is the head of the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, I'll
shout
say.
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
regular Joe on TikTok. He says, "Oh, but no mistake, he's still the final boss. Attire, championship music. Him and Cody had the same attire on from when The Rock whooped him. Basically saying this is Easter eggs and flags are being planted. I hope you are right, regular Joe. He was just saying something about starting the podcast. Come on as a guest, man. That's a good take right there, man. Definitely, they could be just pulling the wool over our eyes." And definitely telling a story.
Because he talked about it when he came out the ring later.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel the same way too because The Rock is always steps ahead. We thought they weren't before. He's been in business too long. I commented that on somebody's post and I said, "Yeah, The Rock is always 20 steps ahead, man."
Yeah.
Like we thinking right now, and he's already ahead thinking of planning before. So, as even on Monday. If I was Cody, I'd be like, "Why is he being nice to me? Something's up." And you can play that, and it can still work because we talking about I'm just out here. I'm giving props. And you're like, "No, he's playing something." I know he's playing something, so you can still play that. So I like it
because technically, even after WrestleMania, even after like he destroyed him before WrestleMania, he came out and was like, "Hey, no, I'm not out here for that. Just let me see your belt. I'll let you see mine." You know what? That we all felt uncomfortable with it, but it was he came to the ring with no guns blazing. I'm just here to talk. We can be cordial and talk. We can blah. But I don't know.
I know Spike Cannon says that he thought he was going to turn on the OTC. It looked like it too.
I thought
I'm glad they didn't. Just hold that off a little bit.
Right.
But it looked like he was, which he might be. He might be planning that. But the very next match after that segment was Lexis King versus Charlie Dempsey. It was a first pin, first fall wins for the NXT Heritage Cup.
That stupid cup.
And Charlie Dempsey does what he does. He had a cut over his right eye, but he kept showing his submission prowess but Lexis King wins after an accidental headbutt to the groin of Charlie Dempsey, and he is now your NXT Heritage Cup champion. He did hit him with the coronation afterwards, but it looked like he felt bad about it because he's been all about winning and cleaning and the clean way, and sometimes you got to capitalize on stuff. So I thought he was already the champ already, so they took it back and did this angle with it. In my opinion, he never lost it. So, hey, what did you think?
First off, I agree with Spike Cannon. He says, make it a title. Get rid of that damn cup. Get that cup, that Kidditch cup. Give Harry Potter his cup back and let professional wrestlers wear championship title belts. Okay, please. Thank you. Yeah, but anyway, I do agree with you, Ryan. I felt like he was already the champ. Now it's solidified. Let's move forward with it. I like where they're going, but at the same time, there is something deep down inside of me that's saying Lexus King is he been up to something.
Yeah.
Not only is he diabolical, he might be worse than Brian Pillman. And I think that is how we are being played, man. I think that is the level of insanity he's going to play this out to be, because I just do not believe him one bit as a babyface.
I hope that's where they're going, because I like that thought. Chuck.
I actually like the fact that he's like the character of, no matter how good I'm trying to be, I'm still a heel.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to remember who was trying to show I can be something other than the heel, but just kept doing heelish things. Only person I can think of is The Miz right now, but it's like no matter how much I try to, I'm going to no longer be a heel. I'm going to be a babyface, but everything I do in my arsenal is just straight heelish.
Yeah.
And I think I remember Jericho did that for a minute too. Like it was like no matter what he did, it was just heel. And I think they're doing that to a lesser degree of Jericho with like 10% with Alexis. But it's like, if you're gonna play it up. Like, no, I'm a good guy, and just all your moveset is just heelish.
I'm really a good guy.
But I'm trying, guys. They're like, nah. And get that cup out of here. That cup is stupid.
Get that dumbass cup out of here. Jeez.
Yeah, just said like, all right, we're gonna put this cup in the whatever little case or something like that, and then give him a title to walk around with. I agree. Because then he's gonna be carrying it to the ring? Like at least Charlie Dempsey got somebody carrying it for him. He ain't got nobody. You got to carry that. I'll be mad. I got to carry this around.
I will go get a wagon.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna make me carry this giant cup around. I'm getting a wagon.
Carry it in a wagon. But I spoke about the pin of Shotzi getting the pin over Fallon Henley. Backstage after this match, they had Shotzi talking to Ava with Fallon Henley there and Stephanie McCure saying that she should be the number one contender because she pinned. I'm like, that's not how it works. That shouldn't be how it works. But because of this, Ava says you make a pretty good point. So next week we're gonna get Stephanie McCure versus Shotzi for the number one contender. I'd be mad if I was Stephanie. I just beat 3 other women to win this match, and she just got the pin in a tag match, and now I have to face her. But that's what they're doing. I think it's going to be a great match. Stephanie McCure should win, but I think she will win. But I don't know. I think that's weird when you have a number one contenders match and then the champion is in a tag match, and because they pinned the champion, I don't know. I just let them be
that whole
next in
pinning
line.
the champion. I'm automatically do a match. Crap.
Yeah,
what does that mean? Yeah,
it should be like, okay, well, next up after me, then you can go. But yeah.
So what you saying? The Bills are the next. You saying the Bills are the champs right now?
Right. the Bills should definitely be. They pinned the champs.
Right.
They got the champs and the runner-ups. So they automatically win. No.
But at least we get a good match between Shotzi and Stephanie McCure next week.
I don't want it. Landslide for Stephanie.
Should be.
In the words of Calico, landslide.
But the moment of truth. This is the moment everybody wanted to talk about. Ova Femi. It's supposed to be a triple threat match. Ova Femi versus Eddie Thorpe versus your NXT champion Trick Williams. And it started off with Trick Williams coming out first. And as we know, Coach said that's telling right there. Every time, or 90% of the time, when the champion comes out first, they're going to lose.
Coach said every time. He's a motivator. You got to listen to him.
Yeah, right. But the match started off without Eddie Thorpe. It was a one-on-one match. and it was a really good one-on-one match. And looked like Oba was going to get the win. And here comes the pest, Eddie Thorpe, pulling the ref out the ring, and he had a chair in his hand. The funny part was when he got in the ring with the chair, he began to get wrecked by Oba Femi. Oba was like, didn't I put you out of this match? Let me do it again. And because he brought that chair in the ring, he had it in his hand and standing behind Oba Femi, getting ready to hit him. And Trick went for the trick shot. Oba moved. He hit Eddie Thorpe, but he ran into the chair, Eddie. Turned around, and Oba finishes him off and is now your new NXT champion. The reign of Oba begins.
Ooh.
Hey, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, I'm a huge Trick Williams fan, but just like earlier, during the match, Oba won me over. I started seeing moments of him walking on Raw, walking on SmackDown with that belt. He just looks more dominant than Trick would. So just that alone, I got excited. I said, we are finally at the end of the Whoop That Trick era. Now we are at a new era, the era of the ruler, as Booker T would say, no bread, no water, just meat. Oba Femi, it's his time, man. It's his era, man.
We were talking about him going up to the main roster just from that North American title run. I was like, I feel like he got to touch the NXT championship first before he goes up there. And this is the time. Chuck, how did you feel about this?
I predicted it. I called it. I said Oba was gonna win. I thought Eddie was gonna take the pinfall. I didn't think he was gonna actually get knocked out. But you know, he was like that little boy in the ring full of grown men. And Oba was like, "You want to get in the ring with grown men? I'm gonna whoop you like a grown man." And then Trick kicked him like a grown man. Kicked him square out the ring. Get out of here, little boy.
I was afraid for a minute though. I was like, "Oh, don't tell me."
Then Oba manhandled Trick.
Yeah, I was like, don't tell me they're gonna have Eddie Thorpe sneak in and get the win and become the champion. I was afraid for a second.
I would have been pissed off.
I was afraid.
All the credit I've been given.
Y'all would have saw me today. I would have logged off.
I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been here.
You'd have been like, Brian, you just got to do your breakout performance.
Breakout performance of the night, man. I'm straight on that.
I'm done. I'm done. And we're gonna talk about everything but that. We'll talk about the women's matches and just stop.
Right. Oh, Tatanka Jr.
They need to bring Tatanka in for him though. That'd be dope to have him rolling with Tatanka.
Oh, he gonna be rolling all right, man. you think what's his name? Paul Ellerly bad. But anyway.
But you enjoyed the match though, Chuck?
Yes. I loved it.
Did you think the right person won?
Yes, of course. It's time for the
and that shot at the end of that when they brought Julia out and they were standing at the top of the ropes and they had the confetti and both her and Oba, the new champions, holding up the title. That was a dope picture, man. I was like, yeah, okay. I think that was the right move. It's a new era. Trick is ready for the main roster. Roxanne been ready for the main roster. So, and we got Royal Rumble at the end of the month. So we know what to expect. Definitely, I'm excited. Definitely. I'm excited for the future NXT with them too, as the title holders.
Definitely. Trick reminds me of a new generation Booker T. Booker T gotta come up and introduce. He gotta be on the mic the first night he go to the main roster.
And I think Booker T has been grooming him too. I think he's been having his talks with Booker. You could kind of see that he uses the bookend, even though Vic keep calling it in Booker's face. I'm like, this is disrespectful. The rock bottom. He said, that's not the rock bottom. That's the bookend.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be a documentary coming out soon. I don't even think I'm not saying nobody's making it. I'm just saying his efforts. A lot of people don't speak of it, and when it comes to light, somebody's gonna write about it. But Booker T, you saying he grooming Trick? Not only do he groom Trick, He groomed Roxanne. He
Mhm.
groomed the Usos.
Mhm.
He groomed Athena. He groomed so many wrestlers who we don't even really give him credit for. So just shout out. Let me
Absolutely.
just take that moment. Shout
Give him
out
his flowers.
Booker T and what he put into this dirt and help these seeds grow into what they are, man. A lot of people ain't giving him
Absolutely.
his praise.
Now he got his hands on Zilla. Woo!
Man, come on. Man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, this is definitely Booker T, man, been putting work in and just giving back to the industry and giving back to young talent. It's great to see. But as we had
Mark
spoke
Henry
before,
finding talent, right? Mark Henry find talent. Booker grooms him.
Yep.
yeah, Mark Henry, man, he got an eye. He definitely is a great scouter. He scouted Bianca Belair,
Jay
scouted
Cargill
Jay Cargill,
Mhm.
Naomi too, I believe, right?
Yep.
So
and
yeah,
Braun Strowman,
mhm.
a couple others.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys, man. I was saying before when it with Julia being the champion and Stephanie Vakir being the number one contender, I think they're gonna do something to where Stephanie doesn't win it. And eventually, I think they're gonna build up to Stephanie Vakir taking the title from Julia, and then Julia moving on. And I think your next women's champion is going to be Stephanie Vakir. I think Julia holds it all the way up until that point.
Mm.
All right, I want to say something earlier, but we just moved on to the next segment. But I think Cuz needs to go ahead and just get away from Carmelo because she's been on a losing spree. Kalani been on a losing spree, and even though I do like the new character, she's been on a spree of just losing. And she took the pinfall, so I was like, she started to look like her man right now. It's starting to look bad. She lost the title and just been on a down spree.
Yeah. Now the Rumble, is it going to be in Toronto or something like that?
Yeah, I think, or is that Indianapolis? He talking about
Indianapolis. I can't remember where it's going to be.
One of them is Indianapolis, one is Toronto. They both near us. The answer is yes. We are trying our best to be at both of those events. So yes, definitely.
All right. Well, NXT New Year's Evil ends with the final boss, aka Corporate Rock, aka the ambassador, out there talking, and he said basically what we said is that everybody's saying, "Why are you being mean to Cody?" Which I laughed at. That was pretty funny.
You mean
What?
you Cody?
Why you mean Cody? He had to finish his story. He said, and then I come and drink tequila with him. Why are you being nice to Cody?
Don't be nice to Cody. You gonna be mean.
No, I think he got caught up. He had something he wanted to say, and he got caught up in the moment. He ran out of time. I thought it was fine. I thought it was kind of funny. I think it's also planting seeds for what he's planning to do later on.
You already said the end of that. Shut your mouth and just enjoy the ride that I take you on.
Yeah.
Hey, Sports for You Wrestling say a Rumble is in Indy and Chamber is in Toronto.
Okay.
Both. We will be there.
So yeah, I thought it was a funny way to end NXT. It does get me excited for what he's planning to do because I know he has plans. And Cody better watch out. I think the OTC might have to watch out. I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready to see it. And just to him come out playing the ambassador role and stuff is just, handle business first before I handle business. So I'm excited for it. And that was the end of the New Year's Evil for NXT. I thought this was a great way to kick off. Definitely a great way to kick off 2025 with NXT. And in my opinion, this was better than both Raw and SmackDown. 2 hours. The matches were better. The storytelling was better.
Netflix Raw?
Absolutely. I know it wasn't bigger than the Netflix Raw, but it was better.
Better stories.
And The Rock said something about it. Hey, that Raw is where you need to be. NXT is where you want to be. And I 100% agree with that. So at the end of the night, I'm going to start with Chuck first. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this NXT New Year's Evil?
Going with a 9. The only match I didn't like was the stupid cup.
Stupid
9.
Stupid Harry Potter.
Yeah, 9.
Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. 9.5. The title changes was good. It felt like the changing of the tides. It's a new chapter now in NXT. So it feels like now I'm like, damn, I want to see next week what's going on. But one thing I do want to touch on, we was talking about The Rock, him being the last segment. You know, with him being up there in neutral, I don't know if it's just me, but I was praying they had one of them black hoodies in stock, you know, that they always have on deck when somebody got to sneak in. And I prayed that when he hit that Moana, what's that little chant he do? I can't even do it. Whatever that stupid thing is that belongs in a cartoon and not in a wrestling. I just prayed Drew McIntyre would just claymore his head off. That would just set Drew to another atmosphere, man. Just do it right at that moment. As soon as he do that noise and knock his head off. That's all.
That's a tribal call, though, man. So yeah, I can't say
real,
this.
That's the.
I don't care what it is.
You don't care.
I'm sick of The Rock coming here happy. I want the final boss. I know we getting played. I understand it. It's part of the game. I'm supposed to watch the show, but I'm complaining today. I know it. I know where we going though.
All right. Well, for me, I don't like to hand out perfect 10s often. I don't like to give them.
Yeah, you do.
I don't like to give out perfect 10s, and I won't. I won't do it today.
You are the most friendliest voter of all of us.
The highest of all Dillingers.
I am the.
Hey, we all said 3 for a show. He's like, I thought it was a good die. We were like, what?
He over here. I'm Sean Spears. No, you Ty Dillinger.
What am I gonna give it? I'm gonna give it a no. I'm not giving it a perfect 10. I'm giving it a 9.5, like a just because I don't like to give out perfect 10s unless it is like every single segment. I don't like giving them out. I'll give them out when I feel like it's deserved. But this was a 9.5. This was close.
Okay.
So, well, the next time
Ron's
you will see us
this year. Hey, this is new Ron this year.
New Ron. I'm being a little more harsh. I'm giving 9 5s. No 10.
9 5s. There we go.
But next time you will see Abe will be tonight. It will be the AEW Dynamite. And then you will see us all on Friday for SmackDown. 3 hours. We will be drinking energy drinks.
Yo, and we got a lot of new shows and new segments and like branch off things that we are doing. So just look out for it. Just know it's us. You'll see the Holy Shhh logo in the corner, but it's a lot of different versions coming. Get ready.
And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because we will have certain things for people that subscribe as well. So that's coming as well.
Definitely.
If you are listening to us on any what is that? Potting stations. Thank you. Keep tuning in.
Thank you.
Oh, especially Spotify. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Everybody who listen on Spotify on the go. That was dope this morning.
Yeah. So until next time, it's the Holy Shhh Podcast, and it's your boy Ron T. Icon.
ABE from DET.
And my name is Chuck Jordan.
Till next time. Peace.
Media.